Hey guys, my name is Bando, this is Practice of Bando, and it's Thursday, which would normally mean that I'd be reviewing a Heresy Thursday video, a Heresy Thursday article. I'd be making a video about a Heresy Thursday article, but I'm not doing that anymore, because, as I discussed last week, I'm really done with it. I'm sick and tired of Legions Imperialis. I really don't care for it anymore. I don't care for how they're doing the marketing. I don't care for how slow and bad it's all taking and all this other stuff. He says unironically with a box of epic scaled minis in front of him. So instead, what I've decided to dedicate my Thursday video to is my backlog. But not just my regular backlog, I'm not going to be painting Emperor's Children, or whatever is my current project, because that gets done all the time. No, Thursdays is going to be a video I want to do that is specifically going to be about my forgotten backlog. The projects that I'm just not focusing on. Things that I want to get finished, but I keep getting distracted away from and putting on the back burner because other things are more exciting. So, I'm putting things like this on the back burner for today's video. This video will be coming out hopefully this weekend. As you can see, I'm just priming these guys, so I'll be doing a whole painting video on them. And instead, I'm hoping I can do this without dropping the box, because the box is falling apart, as you'll see. I'm focusing on things more like this. This is just a tiny part of my bolt-action early war Polish army. As you can see, these metal miniatures have seen better days. Many of them are chipped with broken and bent weapons. Some of them have a little bit of rifle droop and haven't even been painted. This is from a time before I even had an airbrush. I was hand painting on the primer using Vallejo's airbrush primer, but with a brush. I am very happy with the bases, though. I thought I did a really good job with those. So my plan is that on Thursdays, I will do a live stream when I get back from work, and it will be dedicated, at least 2 hours long hopefully, to just painting and going through these armies. Projects will include things like my orcs, my Eldar, finishing these bloody Templar style Terminators, and obviously all my myriad of bolt action armies. So that's what I intend to do on Thursdays. I'm not going to be doing all the funky stuff that I always normally do when I'm painting. I'm not going to be building tanks like for the Heresy. I'm not going to be painting up Heresy armies. I'm not going to be doing the Mark III Marines or any of that. I'm going to be going through and repairing any damage and figuring out how to paint these things. And I may, not be as thorough as I was being beforehand. One of the issues I had was I could never quite figure out what colour to paint the Polish army, because there's loads of conflicting information. So I might just pick a green and go with it. Now, if you haven't actually looked at a lot of old school metal miniatures, while the sculpting on things like the faces was never good, the actual detail on them is really nice. Look, they have modelled on the bolt on his rifle. The sling points, the pockets, the buttons. comparing this in scale to a Space Marine, ironically, this is actually how the scale should look. These metal miniatures, these are made by Warlord, with, I think all the tanks are Warlord, and I think the trucks are Warlord as well. So I need to find where the turret's gone. For that, I need to stick this back together. And as you can see, this is why I like Warlord's resin tanks, because it's the tracks stick together against the body, and then you stick the turret on. That's it. It's ready to go. I think you also have to stick the exhaust pipe on. But that's it. That was good to go. You know, spray it black, spray it green, and we're golden. These trucks, it was 4 wheels, or 2 axles, 2 wheels, and then the bit at the back slots on, and that's it. Really quick to put together. This town car is one piece. That's horrible. Look at that. I can't remember the company that makes these, but they do some great little scenic pieces, and that's what this was picked up to be. But when I said this isn't all of it, this was really only the stuff I'd primed. I have probably the same size again in infantry, and a full-sized regiment of cavalry to do. I have 20 or 30 greatcoat wearing 10th Mount Mechanized, who were one of the elite regiments of the Polish army, who actually managed to keep the Germans from advancing at a rate better than anyone else during the war. They got them down to, I think, 25 kilometers a day, whereas the average was 40. We have a wonky gun on a tankette. So I'm going to straighten that out. You can see how soft the white metal is, so I might even end up cutting that off and replacing it with a brass rod, just so it's not all over the place. Can you imagine going to fight the Nazis in World War II in a tank that small? That's to scale, that is correct. That is one of those little Fisher-Price red and yellow pedal cars of a tank. So, I will be doing, not this week, I can't do a live stream for it this week. That's actually a completely different army, so that needs to go into a different box. I will be doing a live stream next week, so next Thursday. It will be painting and modelling of my forgotten projects, basically. So let me know what you think of that. I'm sure many of you just won't be interested because it's not Warhammer, and I can understand that. You know, a lot of us are here for just Warhammer, a lot of us are here for just 30k, but some of you, and I know that there's some of you because a lot of you guys message me and ask me about bolt action. So yeah, for those of you that do, I want to make sure I get a video out for you. Once I've got through this army, I'm going to move on to finishing my 93rd Buffalo Soldiers, or 92nd, I can never remember which one of those is, which is my Perry Twins army. And once they're done, I've got a load of German stuff to do as well. I've got Orcs to finish, I have got Eldar to finish. Those guys should be done in a couple of weeks. So we've got a good couple of weeks worth of sort of stuff to go through. And don't worry, if there is a Heresy Thursday video for full-scale Heresy, I'm still going to make a video on it. I'm going to do a video because that's something that interests me. Full-scale Heresy is something I absolutely love. Shouldn't say that out loud in case there's Inquisitors listening. But you know what I mean. So, will I be abandoning all these projects? No, I will still be working on these guys. That was close. I'll still be working on all my regular projects and dropping them without breaking them. I'll still be working on my Night Lords, my Emperor's Children, my Sons of Horus. I'll still be building tanks. On Fridays, it's still going to be business as normal. I think this Friday I might build that Night Lord Cerberus and get that out of the way. And I might try and work on my Blood Angels as well. But Thursdays specifically are going to be to get through this backlog. So that's what I want you guys to do. If you're going to come watch that live stream with me, and I'd love you to, I really would, try and pick up something from your pile of shame that you wouldn't normally. Something that you keep rolling your eyes at and putting off. Try and pick something you don't want to build because you've moved past it. Something that's just there and just work on it. You know, you set a goal and overcome it. For me, that's going to be finishing these guys. And once they're done, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I haven't got the display room for them. They'll probably go in a KR case somewhere. But maybe once I've got my Germans finished, I'll do a battle report or something with these with a friend. I would like to start doing stuff like that once I've got the room to do it again. So yeah, let me know what you're working on. Let me know what you've got that you aren't working on, that you wish you were, that you think you should be getting through. As always, guys, I really appreciate you. You've pushed me over 1,000 subscribers now. I've unlocked the whole monetization thing, so I'm sure YouTube's going to crank up the ads on these videos, so I apologise for that. If you want to use an ad blocker, go ahead. I really don't mind. Look, I never, I don't expect to make a living off of this channel. It's not, it's not about that for me. It's about making sure I get this community built up so we can share and we can work together and get through our backlog and we can have a healthy hobby. But if you want to support me, watch the adverts, pop a comment down below, like, subscribe. You can use the Element game code in the description below to get yourself double reward points if you order from Element. If you've got a local retailer in any country that you're from, Australia all the way to Andorra, I don't mind, and they do some sort of reward referral scheme like that, where you can refer a customer, let me know and I'll get in touch with them and see if I can get an account set up. Because if I can do something like that for you guys who aren't living in the UK, who can't order from Element Games, maybe you're in Australia or America, wherever you are, let me know. Because I'll happily get in touch with them. Because what's the worst they could say? It's no, isn't it? Actually, the worst they could do is just leave me on read and not reply to my email for weeks and make me feel really alone. Don't do that. Anyway, my name is Bando. I love you all. I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you very much. And don't forget, feliz suaves. Alright, bye-bye.